Alright, so today in Dying Light 2, we're talking about, drum please,
Don't try and
Harper.
hide it.
Now, to start things off with what you should know, Harper's regular mission ticket. So, what this is, well, I'm going to quickly explain here, is basically it's a ticket or an attempt at a challenge. And right away, what you should know, this challenge is going to be giving you 500 mutation
Want to do
tokens
some
right here.
business?
Mutation samples. Going to give you 500 of those back. Each one of these costs 200. So you'll be making 300 each time you do it. It's a 5-minute challenge. It's either you complete it or you fail. You die, you fail. Basically, you have to go through a gauntlet of sorts, kill a bunch of zombies. You're going to see footage of it. But yeah, this actually isn't the best way, and I would avoid actually using these mission tickets for farming mutation samples. Of course, no one is level 9 yet, so we don't know. This could be amazing. Harper's elite missions. Judging by the price, 500 buy-in, maybe a 500 profit. Again, what I'm going to show you is way better than this. And then, of course, we have all the bounties. These are straightforward, easy. If you have trouble with them, look them up. I'm sure you can find some good videos on how to complete them. Like, for example, where is it here? Seek out and destroy banshees. Yeah. So I basically just looked up where to find Banshee Dying Light 2. Found a spot. Boom. That was easy. Same goes for all of these. Most of these you'll actually be able to do by yourself. Hunt a volatile during a level 4 chase. That was easy. Speed of spitter using a takedown, etc. Pretty easy. Now, as for the weekly ones, this first weekly one, I believe these are all the same for everyone, by the way. This one was to gather 5,000, which I've already done. Of course, I've just spent a little bit, so it's down. And then this one, which is to destroy volatile hives. And just before we get into our next part, which does cover volatile hives and the best way to get mutation samples, I just want to talk about how all these bounties contribute to your Nightrunner rank. And like we talked about earlier, this requiring a rank of 9.
You're gonna buy something
Press
or what?
R1 here and go into the vendor tab. See, there's a bunch of stuff you can buy with these mutation samples, which is what I'm going to be showing you how to get, and these Harper's tokens. So Harper's tokens, basically, the event right now, where the community event, where you have to get 5,000 um, 5,000 mutation samples personally will give you one. Just getting a single mutation sample will also give you one. It'll go to your stash as long as you have your TechlandGG connected. And once the community reaches the 80 million goal, which I believe we have already, you'll also receive 3 as long as your TechlandGG is linked and you just check the stats. You'll get 3. Other than that, you just get them from leveling up Harper, as far as we know. And you use both of these to buy anything from the shop. There's an exclusive blueprint here. You can get just some random rarity gear, exclusive legendary weapons, charms, outfits, gliders, etc. The list goes on. You can also get some money, which I wouldn't personally recommend buying. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to getting mutation samples is to always be doing these random volatile encounters. So these red guys, they're called volatile tyrants. You can just randomly get them spawning on rooftops like here. Kill him using whatever way you want. I use the crossbows, probably the best way. Loot him and you'll get 500 samples just from killing him. Contribute to all your goals and bounties. On to the next thing here. So the next thing I want to talk about is just what you can expect for getting mutant samples from other zombies. So you just saw that I killed a howler. Gives you like 5 to 7, 3 to 7, whatever. It's garbage, right? Killing spitters will give you around 50. Same goes with chargers. It'll be around 50. Virals will give you 3. Biters will give you nothing. And volatiles will give you 100. And along with the revenants, they will both drop around 100. You saw there the volatile tyrant that I killed in the previous clip. He of course gives you 500, and his counterpart, the volatile hive, has the same sort of look, but he's like attached to the floor. He also drops you 500, which is what we're going to be covering next. Before you go out hunting for any volatile hives in quarantine zones, which is where they're found in both quarantine zones and dark hollows. Here I'm just showing you in a quarantine zone to begin with, but quarantine zones, you gotta make sure that that blue little token there, that blue little marker pops up before you actually go into the quarantine zone, because that signifies that there is in fact a hive there. If that doesn't pop up, you're just going to go into an empty quarantine zone and waste your time. Also right here, yeah, you can kill bolters and get 50 tokens from them. Also, yeah, it's just doing the one wrong step bounty where I have to kill them for fall damage. Just grapple them off the building. Alright, now once you're in the quarantine zone, you're going to want to make your way to the bottom floor, all the way to the bottom where it's kind of more of a house apartment than an actual lab. Of course, you have the markers, so you're gonna know where you're going. But literally, this crossbow, a couple shots to this guy and he's dead. You can go run over it and loot him and be done with it, right? There's your 500 tokens, and you've also got a completion for the weekly bounty if you're doing that as well. But I like to stick around and actually try and kill these volatiles. They'll drop 100 mutant samples, like I said earlier, and there's about 3 of them, so you'll be getting around 800 per quarantine zone that you do. However, I've actually found it to be easier and faster to be doing your volatile hives in dark hollows. Basically, why it's better is you don't have to go all the way through the quarantine zone and down to the bottom dealing with all those doors and whatever. Basically, you can just run in and shoot them right there. See how easy that was. Loot them and leave if you want, and again, there's also some volatiles that spawn in that you can kill. There's way more dark hollows than there are GRE quarantine zones, so you can just run around the map having these events spawn in, bang out a bunch in a night, and you'll have a lot of samples. Finally, I want to talk about why running this mission is not viable. So firstly, it's a 5-minute challenge. We just saw there in that dark hollow, I cleared that thing in literally like a minute, and that was my first time doing it. There's no practice or experience required. As long as you have like a crossbow or a good weapon you feel comfortable with, you can easily just rinse and repeat doing that. Here, this is also like my first time, one of my first times doing this challenge, so I didn't know what the heck I was doing, to be honest with you. It's just literally footage of it. But doing this, you're going to have to kill these zombies on the way so you can progress the gauntlet. And basically, it's a series of obstacles like doors and stuff you have to lockpick, push out of the way, whatever, to get to this little final arena. But basically, once you get to this arena, you clear this room and you're done with the challenge. It's pretty fun, pretty cool. It's nothing really like this in the game. All the combat challenges are really just a special circumstance, whatever you have to overcome, or you're using traps and stuff. But this is its whole thing. I like to compare it to a sort of gauntlet, something that you may think of as like the Titanfall 2 gauntlet. But basically, you come here, kill this demolisher, whatever, clear out this room, and you're done with it. Like I said before, you're going to be profiting 300 per time. And this one took me 4 minutes and 30 seconds. So to sum it all up, you shouldn't be doing the missions because it takes too long, it's harder, and it's also bad on ammo. But it's simply just inefficient and not worth the time and effort putting into it. Alright. And that's actually the end of this video. Just wanted to point out a couple things that I missed. Is that you may want to do the challenge just to get some money. It does drop those crystal cores once you complete it. Another thing is that there's still content from Harper that we do not have that could change the things of this video. I encourage you to figure some stuff out on your own. Perhaps in the future you get to level 9, you try that new challenge, and you like it, go ahead. More power to you. Also, it's a bit of a preference if you want to run that challenge. Let's say you really like doing it, it's fun, more enjoyable, of course. Run the challenge. But that's going to bring us to the end of this video. If you liked what you saw today and you learned something, please do consider giving me a like on this video. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.